That's always a positive as far as I'm concerned. I thought we did lots of good things. I thought we moved the puck at times extremely well. I thought our offensive zone play was good, and I thought for the most part we were a second, third effort team tonight. We never want to be a first effort team only, and if it doesn't go our way, that's it. We were a second effort, third effort if need be. So I really thought our effort was good tonight.
No, like you said, really a lot of good offensive plays, scored goals with good plays.
Yeah, I thought there was, and I thought we left some plays in front of their net. Tribute to them and their goaltending, and they had some pretty good sticks at times. But I thought at times we could have been a little more hungry around their net, a little more ready to execute around their net, which is obviously something we struggled with last year. So, but that was a positive that we created those opportunities. And as far as we were concerned, through effort, through skating, through really attacking the offensive blue line properly, whether it was driving wide or whether it was chipping pucks into space and winning those foot races.
Three for 7. And then, how do you feel about your power play, penalty kill? Certainly.
Well, not happy with the penalty kill at all. There was plays to be made on the penalty kill. We didn't make them, whether it's block a shot or whatever. And anyone that's ever listened to anything we've talked about since we've been here is special teams. I thought the power play was okay. I thought we moved it around pretty good. I thought we created some offense. I'd like to see a little more movement, especially 5-on-3. But that's something that when you start yesterday, and that's your first official day, you don't have a whole lot of time to work on those things. So that's one of those details that will get worked on and get focused on. And then the other thing from the penalty kill spot, we've got young guys back there on the D corps in particular, and we're going to have to work on it, repetition and practice, and we'll make sure those things get done. All in all, the special teams just okay tonight.
Kind of alluded to this already, but with only one day of special teams, kind of expect to kind of grow into them maybe a little bit of it.
Yeah, like I said, I like the fact that for the most part the power play moved it around, and they were creative, and they did the things that they're capable of doing, which is why they're on the power play. The penalty kill wise, I thought there was times we executed very well, and times there was plays to be made and we didn't make them.
You expect to have DeSalvo and Muller Friday night?
As of right now, Kevin, we do. That obviously could change, and they know our policy that if they're not practicing all week long, they won't be considered to play. They won't be considered healthy. They're not going to practice just Thursday. So we'll see on Tuesday when we go back to work here. Tomorrow's a day off, and we'll see on Tuesday how they're doing, because Tuesday's a competitive day, and if they're not ready, it'll show on that day. So we'll find out.
How much did they practice last week?
Dan practiced quite a bit. I thought he looked pretty good when he was out there. I think, Moles is still struggling a little bit. It's just been a nagging thing with his rib / back, and you can see it in his facial expression and just the way he's moving around. It's just not himself. So we're gonna take that one slow, because I don't want that something he's dealing with all year long.
As good as the offensive play was, are you disappointed you didn't get more time in your defensive zone and more work for the goalies?
No, no, I'll never say that. No. We'll go back to work and practice those things. We want to be a good offensive zone team and puck possession type team, which is what I thought we were. So that was good. Defensive zone wise, we're obviously going to have plenty of opportunity once we get into league play and all that kind of stuff. But we'll focus on it in practice, and we think so long as the mentality is right, then we'll figure the rest out, which is taking away time and space, good habits with what we're doing, paying attention to the little details. So the fact that we didn't get a whole lot of time in our D zone, that's fine.
Can you talk about how your young guys played tonight, especially Bergeron with the 2 assists?
Yeah, I really I thought they did pretty good. Adams, he's going to be a handful. He's still not at his peak, strength and those kind of things, because he's just a freshman. But I think at the end of the day, he's going to be a handful. I thought Ryan Carpenter's energy was really good. I thought Ted Pletch did some nice things. And then from the D-corps, I thought those guys looked pretty good back there. Connor and Rusty and Sullivan and Marcus, I thought they all did a pretty good job. And then, Wyatt in the net. So, hopefully I'm not missing anybody. But I thought for the most part, our young guys contributed. But that's what we're going to need from them. We're a young team. I'll even include some of those sophomores are still young guys. So all in all, I thought it was a pretty good first night exhibition test, whatever you call it, for those young guys.
I mean, the freshman, do you expect to be in the lineup?
I don't have a number, Kevin. Obviously there's going to be a presence back there, because now it counts, and the guys that are getting the job done are the guys that are going to play. That's just that simple. I don't care what year they are in school. It's the guys getting the job done starting on Tuesday, and even yesterday and today they're evaluation days. So we're going to make the evaluations. We'll put what we feel is our best 6 defensemen in the lineup next week, and the same thing with the forwards. We expect them to competing at a high level to be in the lineup, whomever it is, whatever position.
That's all I got.
Good.
Thanks a lot.
Good. Thanks, guys.